Okay, Beitzah Perek Bet, Mishnah Vav. Sixth Mishnah in the second chapter of Beitzah. Okay, so the Mishnah is going to list in this Mishnah and the next Mishnah things that Rabban Gamliel held like Beit Shammai, and things that he was machmir, and things that he was mekel. Machmir means he was strict, machmir, and the next Mishnah we're going to learn things he was lenient. Says the Mishnah, Shlosha dvarim Rabban Gamliel machmir kidivrei Beit Shammai. There were three areas in which Rabban Gamliel was strict, following the position of Beit Shammai. What are those three areas? Ein tomnin et hachamin miyom tov l'Shabbat. Remember, we learned that in order to cook for Shabbat, in order to cook, if Yom Tov fell out the day before Shabbat, let's look at it in the chart, in the little calendar. Here's our little calendar. So remember, Yom Tov fell out on Erev Shabbat on Friday. So the halacha is you have to make an eruv tafshilin in order for you to allow you to cook on Yom Tov for Shabbat. So Beit Shammai says the following. Beit Shammai says that ein tomnin et hachamin miyom tov l'Shabbat. Let's look at the Bar Tanura. Beit Shammai says that eruv tafshilin, that's only for cooking. That's not for baking. If you make food, it's only for cooking. Let's see in the Bar Tanura. The Bar Tanura says, Savrei Beit Shammai holds, En ofin ela im kein erav b'pat. If your eruv tashlimin was bread, then you can bake. Ve'en mevashlin ela im kein erev al hatafshil. If your eruv tashlimin was tafshil, was cooked food, then you can cook. Ve'en tomnin ela im kein hayulo chamin tmunin me'erev yom tov. You can only do hatmana. What's hatmana? Hatmana is what they would do, is the preservation of food, is the insulation of food. And there were ways that they did hatmana. Let's say I took my food off the fire, and I wanted it to remain warm, then I would put it insulated, like really in the ground, and that's the way that I would keep it warm on Shabbat. Okay, so Beit Shammai says, I can't do hatmana on Erev Yom Tov unless I did hatmana before, that it's a one-to-one correspondence. So my Erev Tavshilin, it can't just be I cooked. If I want to bake from this day to that day, I have to bake here. I have to do bread. If I want to cook from this day to that day, I have to cook. And if I want to do hatmana, which was normal, they would do hatmana on Erev Shabbat. They would always do hatmana so that they would have warm food either on the night because the fire is going to die down. So they would insulate it. If I want to do hatmana, I have to do hatmana from Thursday from Erev Yom Tov to Yom Tov in order for me to do it for Yom Tov to Shabbat. Okay. Beit Hillel savrei, but Beit Hillel holds the ofin umuvashlim v'tomin al eruv shel tafshil b'vay. Beit Hillel says you don't have to do a one-to-one, like baking for baking, cooking for cooking. All you have to do is one tafshil. Remember we said one cooked food, and then that's enough. Umiu, nonetheless, b'gemara muchach, in Gemara it's proved the Beit Hillel nami ba'u pat v'basar. Beit Hillel required bread and meat. A bread and meat means a cooked food. V'chein halacha. That's how we practice for eruv tafshilin. If you've ever made tafshilin, eruv tafshilin, you'll take a matzah and an egg. Or a roll, that's on Pesach, or a roll and a hard-boiled egg. That's what we make Erev Tavshilin from. That's the first of the three things that Rabban Gamliel was machmir, like Beit Shammai. Number two, the ve'ein zokfin et ha-menorah b'Yom Tov. Lizkof means to erect, or to stand upright, the menorah on Yom Tov. The reason is because this kind of menorah, it was like, the Gemara says, it was kind of a lamp that came apart into different pieces. And Beit Shammai held, let's look at the Bar Tanura. Beit Shammai says, Have kiboneh, it's like you're building. V'yesh binyan b'kelim. There's a malacha of Shabbat called boneh. So the question is, does boneh apply only to, buildings or what have you, or also to kelim? So Beit Shammai held, Yesh binyan b'kelim. Beit Hillel savrei, Beit Hillel held, Ein binyan b'kelim. So Beit Hillel said, no, you can put together this, you can be zokef, you can establish, you can upright your menorah, you can put it together on Yom Tov. It's not a problem. Third thing. Ein ofin pitin gritzin ela rikikin. Pitin gritzin, pot is bread. Gritzin, garutz is thick. Ela rikikin. You only do cakes. Why? What's the difference? Let's look at the Bar Tanura again. Gritzin kikarot avot, thick breads. Ela rikikin. Why? The savrei Beit Shammai ein ofin pat merubeh b'Yom Tov. If you bake these thick cakes, it's a lot of bread and it's tircha. So you make your pita. Very simple, and everybody has bread. Beit Hillel omrim ofim pat merubeh b'Yom Tov. Beit Hillel says you can make thick cakes. Why? Shebizman shapat merubeh hine efet yafeh. If you make a lot of bread at one time, it bakes better. And we all know the thicker the bread, delicious. Okay, but the Mishnah continues. Amar Rabban Gamliel, said Rabban Gamliel, mi meim shel Beit Abba lo hayu ofin pitin gritzin ela rikikin. Throughout the days of my father, they would not bake pitin gritzin. Okay, they would not bake these thick breads. Ela rikikim, that's what they did in their house. So therefore, from this I see that, are you supposed to do on Yom Tov is cook thin bread? Amulo. What are you supposed to do about your father's house? Your father was Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel Azaken. Shayu machmirim al atzmam, umekilim l'chol Yisrael. Liot ofin pitin gritzin v'chori. They would permit the baking of thick bread v'chori. Okay, chori is let's look at the Bartanura. Isa gdola, this big thick bread, and efit al gabeg chalim. It was baked on coals. B'shudabaya hesed gadol. It required this. I guess they had this way of making bread. I don't know what it was. They would make this big fire. Okay, shak chalim hochot v'omamot, when they're burning, when they're red hot, and they would put the bread in. It would make this delicious bread. So what he would do for himself is one thing, but the rest of the people, they let him do whatever they wanted. The thick bread, a lot of tircha, a lot of work. This is a really interesting mission in addition for another reason. Shayu machmirim al atzmam u'mekrilim kol Yisrael. There's a psak, that's a way of doing psak. If someone wants to be, if a Rav feels I want to be machmir, he could be machmir, but that doesn't mean he's going to be machmir for everyone. He's machmir for himself. He's machmir for his family. But if there's a reason to be matir for the rest of Klal Yisrael, then why should we impose that chumrah on the rest of Klal Yisrael? What Rabban Gamliel's response to that was a really interesting question. Because Rabban Gamliel, he paskin, his son didn't get that. His son felt that the psak was applicable to everyone. Okay, we'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.